Hello everyone, Florazio here, back with episode 2 of our Movies in Minecraft Let's Play. Last episode was absolutely wonderful. We built this beautiful Steamboat Willie ship here from, of course, Steamboat Willie. Thank you so much for checking out the second episode here. We have big plans here today. We're going to build something over here, up in the horizon. And I think we need to take care of our food situation because, well, we've got nothing. And as far as I can remember, you can't eat shields in Minecraft. Oh, Mojang, this game's awful. Let us eat shields. They had nothing good. Let us eat shields. Anyways, I think we need to head to the Nether, where I'll talk about, one, our Nether plans for this world and why we won't exactly be starting them just yet. And two, what kind of farms we need to build. But that requires us to get up to the Nether roof. I wish you could just stand on top of a portal like this, but it's a little more complicated. I will see you in the Nether. Here we are in the Nether, heading up to the Nether roof. For those of you guys that don't know this trick, allow me to show you how to get up to the Nether roof. Now, for me, the Nether is not a great place to be. You know, I don't hate it here. Just trying to get as high up as I can right now. But the Nether roof, it's just the exact same thing, but better. You can get it all done there. So, to do this trick, you got to get as high up as you can. And as we're doing that, I want to talk about our Nether here, because I feel like I got extremely fortunate, because I have every single biome kind of right in one spot. We spawned our portal in a soul sand valley. We have a basalt delta right next door. The other side of the soul sand valley is a nether waste. It's a very small nether waste. It's surrounded by a crimson and a warped forest. Sorry, it's dark around here, guys. I also have a texture pack that makes bedrock black for me. This is from Vanilla Tweaks. Targeted block. Okay. If you press F3 and you see in the corner, it says on the right side of the screen, it says targeted block negative 6127 negative 72. Now, if your targeted block is 172, it means it's the perfect place where you can climb up a ladder. If you shoot an ender pearl, you should come right up to the ceiling. Negative 6072. I'm going to mark this block so when we break the bedrock, we know exactly where we're going. Here we are, guys, on the Nether roof. This is going to be wonderful for what I'm going to put here, which I'll tell you in a little bit when we build today's food source, which is going to be a hoglin farm. These hoglin farms are super easy. Most people can get them done in their first day of playing. I thought about it. I want to take it a little slower in this world until we don't, because I love endgame Minecraft. But on the roof here, we're going to build a hoglin farm. It'll be great for our food source, pork chops and leather forever. We don't need anything else. Super easy to build, no redstone involved. Okay, guys, here we are on the Nether roof in the Crimson Forest. I have everything I need to build this. If you want to follow along, here's what you're going to need. You start, go 4 blocks in the air, and make a 13 by 13 platform. And while I'm building this platform out, I figured I'd talk to you guys a little about what my plans are for the Nether roof, because I had no clue what to do. I would sit there, I have a notes app on my phone, and I would just think about what I could possibly put in here, and just nothing was coming to me. And then I saw a clip of the movie Blade Runner by Ridley Scott, and I thought it would be just absolutely perfect what we're going for here. So on the Nether roof, because we have all of these biomes together, we're gonna make an epic cyberpunk Blade Runner inspired city, and I'm very excited for this idea here. I think it's super strong. I think the different atmospheres of the particles and the fog really add to that. If you haven't seen the movie Blade Runner, go ahead and watch it. I don't know what it's rated. I think it's PG-13 based on when it came out and how movies just were PG-13 back then, and no one cared. But Go watch Blade Runner. It's a great movie. Both of them, the 2049 and the original Blade Runner. Very, very solid films. But I'm building up a platform here, kind of with a cyberpunky palette. I haven't actually, you know, figured out what I want this place to look like. That's a long ways out still. But here is our 13 by 13 platform. You then want to take dirt, soul soil, soul sand, anything you can plant or fungus on, and you're just going to want to knock out the corners on one side, put them in there. Then you're going to count 5 blocks in, so 1 2 3 4 5. On the 6th block after the 5th one, you knock it out. It should end up being right in the middle. The similar sides, 1 2 3 4 5. On the 6th, you want a 5 block gap. Go ahead and put those in, and then you put the fungus on. Now this farm is super easy. This is inspired, or this is the Razeworks design. Razeworks is an incredible technical Minecrafter. If you're watching this video, you probably know who he is, just because everyone knows Razeworks. He made this farm. It's super easy, super efficient. It's honestly just great. But on top of these, you're gonna want to put a fence, just because that's what the design does. We then want to find our middle block right here. This is the center. You want to take, you know, go 1 2 on the sides, and then out 2. 1 2 3 out 2. This is going to be where the killing chamber is. The hoglins run, fall into lava, and then they get, well, they get cooked. We're gonna add just a temporary wall back here. So these blocks, temporary if you're following along. Probably not, because this is not a tutorial video. But then you take your trapdoors and you add here. I'm using different colors. Like I said, I'm just kind of testing out a cyberpunk color scheme. Who knows what this place will actually end up looking like. This could all be gone, could be removed once I start doing that. But this farm, I think, is pretty efficient. I want to have the best farms down here that I can. I think let's despawn. I want to have the best farms down here that I can. Wither farms, you know, hoglin farms, gold farms, bartering farms. With 1.21 with the auto crafter coming, there's so much you can do in terms of creating farms. It really is pretty spectacular what the autocrafter, I think, is going to bring to this game. But now I'm just going to build up the killing chamber here, and I'll be back with you guys once that's done. This is the basic farm. Kill them however you want. Lava, hoppers, chests, pretty simple. But this is the farm. They spawn, they run away. We AFK up in the sky. There'll be skyscrapers here. It'll be a cyberpunk city. Our portal is just that way a little bit. I think this is going to end up being really, really cool. And if you guys have any suggestions, any ideas, go ahead and let me know in the comments. I would love to hear it. If or any other cyberpunk movies we can take inspiration from. It doesn't necessarily have to be just Blade Runner. I like a mix. Kind of like what we're doing in the black and white area. You'll see what today's build is, but it is not a cartoon from the 1920s. It is a much more modern film. I look forward to showing you guys that. Well, I went ahead and finished the hoglin farm. I was about to hit record so I could show you guys. I AFK'd for, I don't know, 5-10 minutes. But I fell, as you can tell. And now I'm worried some of my stuff might have landed in the lava of the farm. Which would not be good, because I spent a lot of time between episodes upgrading my gear and getting it perfect. Let's see. Oh, which way is the farm? This way? I need to get a torch trail going. But it's pretty much just straight sideways. Here it is. You can see it's all finished. 90 blocks up. I tried to land as far away from the lava as possible. All right, so far we're okay. All right, boots, chestplate, boots, sword, both pickaxes, shield, shears. Oh, that was a close one. I was worried something would land in there. But let's see what 10 to 15 minutes got us. 11 cooked pork chops. Wow, that's really not bad at all for how easy this farm was to make. You can see here the final design. It's just some lava. They think they can run off of these blocks, which is why they're here. Because the mobs see this as being like that, and really they can fall. The AI is so funny in this game. But I'm gonna head up. I'm gonna AFK. Probably give it an hour or so. And yeah, we can go ahead and start working on our next project, which is gonna be getting ready for today's build. But you probably saw it in the thumbnail. But I'm still gonna have to take it as a surprise anyways. I really look forward to building it. It was a lot of fun to design it, you know, all that stuff. So I'm really looking forward to building that. But we have a lot of resources to gather, including iron. I know I said I might make an iron farm today. I didn't feel like it. Villagers are annoying, and I know today's build, you don't know this, I know today's build is gonna have to do with villagers as well, but in a less annoying capacity. So today we're also gonna build a villager breeder, because today's build and the iron farm, which will definitely be happening next episode, I need iron. It's so annoying to mine in this game. We'll get a villager breeder going today. Iron farm will be next episode. All right, so here we are. This is the location of what we're going to be building today. And before we get started, we're going to have to do some serious terraforming, because we're building in black and white, and sand is yellow, grass is green. I'm hoping if you watch this video, you can tell that. If you're colorblind or can't see for any other reason, well, then you'll have to trust me. So I need to be black and white. And one of my favorite ways of doing sand and grass in black and white is with concrete powder, because it has the same texture as sand. That means we're going to need a lot, and I mean a lot, of light gray dye. And right now I'm not in the place to build a wither rose farm or an ink farm, nor am I really in the place to build a bone meal farm. But what I can build right now is a flower farm, and we happen to be in a plains biome. And in the plains biome, a lot of different flowers can spawn, but sometimes you get these, the azure bluets. Yeah, that's what they're called, something like that. They spawn in plains biomes in very little numbers, but if I can get a flower farm going right here, I was able to find 3. There's a couple cornflowers, we can get some blue dye, also kind of hard to get because I don't like using lapis for dye. I'm going to build a quick temporary little flower farm right here, run it for a while, get as much bone meal as I can out of it. And then hopefully they get us enough light gray dye. If not, we'll figure out something else. What I'm about to show you guys is a work in progress. So just trust the process. This is what we have for our terrain. Ignore the sand. This is where the build's going to go. Look at this landscaping. Black and white, that could be sand. You know, you have no idea. The dead coral, it works so wonderfully as a bush or grass, especially when you have like a little bundle of it. Like, look at that. That just looks like it could be some sort of gray bush. The buttons as stones. Obviously I'm going to get some glow lichen in and around here, but this is kind of the vibes of what I'm going for. I want to eventually make this entire area black and gray. The only color you'll see is in the sky and in the ocean, unfortunately. Might figure out something, maybe a resource pack to at least make the sky gray, but I want to do as much as I can without any sort of help like that. Obviously this is where our build's going to go, and if you hadn't seen the thumbnail, if you had forgotten, today's build is going to be the lighthouse from the movie The Lighthouse. Very excited for this build. You have the house part here. Oh, I just broke a coral. And then you have the actual lighthouse itself here. This build is huge. It's so detailed. This Steamboat Willie, it's nice. I really like it, but it's much smaller than I'm used to building. The amount of detail I normally can get in, I wasn't able to because we had limited resources and because it's a small build. I think I got a decent amount of detail, but this lighthouse, you're going to be able to see it no matter where you are in the area, and it's going to look absolutely wonderful. Inside of the lighthouse, we're going to have a pumpkin and melon farm with our farmer villagers inside for trading for emeralds, because villager trading is just so essential in this game. And raid farms, I enjoy building them. They're really fun, they're cool, they get you a lot of emeralds. But for early game, a melon and pumpkin farm, wow, that's hard to say. A pumpkin and melon farm will get you just enough emeralds to do very, very well in the early game. I need to get more coral going forward. This is, I went and harvested, we have a coral reef just on the other side of our boat there. The coral's really hard to harvest. I did find, however, a farm from Raiseworks that is a coral farm. You can't get the blocks, which is fine. Those there are plenty of, and I am going to use some dead brain coral. It's another gray color, looks like a stone. It's great for this build. But I did find a farm for the coral here, just the coral, and then the fans and some seagrass too, Raiseworks design. So maybe in a few episodes, we'll go ahead and build that, because I already have an idea for another area. We have the black and white area. We have the cyberpunk area on the nether roof. I would like to do an underwater area because there's so many movies that take place in the ocean. So I have a few ideas for that. But I think our first build for that will end up being a coral farm, because it's going to help us here in the black and white area, because it's going to act as our grass, as our bush, because this stuff, it's beautiful. It's green. I need gray. This whole area. I might take down that mountain or transform it. We'll see. The iron farm next episode will probably end up going around here-ish. It doesn't really fit the beachy ocean look, but this is all going to work out really well. And I'm going to go ahead and get started on building the lighthouse from the lighthouse. I'm going to do it one piece at a time. The building, the tower will be separate. I'll kind of walk you guys through some of my process when it comes to building it. Maybe I'll do some time lapses. We'll see how I'm feeling. All right, guys. So as I'm chugging along here through the material list, I realized something. I really need white wool, and I have a little sheep pen over here. It's not going to cut it for me. I need a little automation. So I think I'm going to build just a small little sheep farm. So if I turn around here, here it is, sheep farm. You know, this thing was a real pain. I was going to do a whole cool transitions and go in here. It is, and it was going to be there. But what I forgot is that underneath here is this. So I try to do it here. I'm like, oh no, the transition doesn't work. And as I tried to get out, I broke a block here, which let water in, because the ocean's right here, and it flooded everything. I don't want to fix it right now, so I left all the redstone parts just sitting right here. This will get fixed eventually. As for right now, though, it's going to be here. But this is the sheep farm. Just finished it. It's already harvested once. So much, though, for a cool transition. But I guess that's what you get for trying to do things that are fun and cool and entertaining. This is obviously not permanent. I'll think of a big sheep thing at some point. Maybe do the new ENX04 design. Pretty cool. If you haven't seen it, go check that out. Back to material gathering. All right, guys, here we are on the nether roof. I think I'm going to go ahead and break this bedrock because I want to get below. I need basalt for this build. I didn't think this through, really. I only brought enough stuff to do this once because I was feeling cocky. So let's see if I can do it. You flip that. All right, so that did not work, as you can tell. All right, I gotta go get more gunpowder. I will try this again. next time you guys see me. There will be a hole here. Okay, so no hole in the roof on the bedrock. That's fine. I figured it out. I just made another portal further away from the other one, went below, got what I needed to get. We'll take care of the nether probably next episode. But I got everything that I'm going to need for this build, except I need a lot of powdered snow. 21 specifically for this build. So we're going to go ahead and get on our boat. And I will see you guys when we find, I don't know, groves, snowy slopes. One of those two biomes contains powdered snow, but we need a whole lot of it for what we're going to do today. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed that little montage of me going out and getting snow. Honestly, super easy to get there. Encountered no issues. I have a lot of fun making those little montage things too, playing with the replay mod and editing. But before we get started on building the main part of the lighthouse here, which I think I'm going to do in a time lapse, I want to start by building the house part that is attached to the lighthouse. So I will be right back when that is done. Okay, so I went ahead and built the house part of the lighthouse. I know it looks weird right now without the tower itself, but trust me guys, you gotta trust the process here. It's not bad. I don't think it's that bad. We have a lot of cool tricks here, including banners for the windows to get that look to them. Exterior, using a lot of glow lichen to keep this place spawn proof, which it will be. Working on practicing my shading, shadows, that new building technique that's kind of being pioneered right now. The inside, I've got the exterior. There's the hallway here. And in here is kind of the main living quarters area. And I have spots for where our farming villagers are going to go. I really think that this came out quite well. Super detailed in here. We have lots of storage for everything we'll get from our farmers, all the emeralds, golden carrots. Probably won't get a lot of golden carrots because we have workshops now. But I'm really proud of how this came together. But let's get right into the time lapse and start building the lighthouse itself.
Starts when the whistle blows. It's the sad short life. We're down in a hole. 12 tons of gold on a big iron sled. I work all day for a cold hard bed. Now heaven knows where heaven lies. There ain't no gold in a Tennessee mine.
Well, here we have it. The lighthouse from the lighthouse. I really hope you guys enjoyed that time lapse. I think it came together really, really well. Let's check this thing out. Why don't we? We have, I mean, it's big, it's tall. I'm really proud of, again, the detail and the shading I packed into this thing. Might end up changing out that white concrete. Doesn't look quite right how I want it. But inside, I've already went ahead and set up our melon and pumpkin farm. See, there I do it again. Our melon and pumpkin farm inside. It'll fall down up here, fall into this chest. It's not producing right now because I'm waiting for the melon and pumpkin seeds to grow up. But here we'll have lots and lots and lots of storage. Because if you know anything about melon and pumpkin farms, they produce a lot of items. But then we'll just run over here and we'll trade with our villagers that we'll deal with next episode. I think next episode is going to be pretty villager heavy because I will be getting the iron farm done. Because as I was building this, I was encountering, you know, where do we have bottlenecks? And I noticed most of the bottlenecks in building came from the black and white dye and from iron. In this color scheme, the dyes are going to be essential. So I'll work on getting a squid farm going. I still don't think we're equipped for a wither rose farm just yet. That sounds a bit complicated for what I want to do this early on. So we'll get a squid farm going. We'll get some sort of bone meal farm going. Those are pretty easy. I did also find a skeleton spawner while I was caving, getting some iron to prepare for this build. So I marked where that was. We might build a skeleton farm for bone meal. All in all, I really like this thing at night. The atmosphere in here, it's super dark, super creepy. If you've seen the movie, you know the atmosphere that we're kind of going for. Outside at night, the glow lichen really makes it great. It's all spawn proof around here. The actual light itself is just glowstone behind the powdered snow that we got earlier, which makes it look like there's just a white light up there because we don't have any lights in Minecraft that are just solid white. They all have some sort of color, whether it's the frog lights being pastel or sea lanterns with the blue. So I found that using powdered snow lets light through and works quite well for that. Let's go ahead and sleep and we'll look at this. But yes, next episode, villagers, iron. Am I looking to even doing a squid farm, do a double farm? Squid farms I know are typically built underground, so I don't know what decoration we'll need, but we might need an AFK platform in the sky. And I love building vehicles. It's something I'm really trying to get better at. As you can see from the Steamboat Willie here, I don't build a lot of boats. I took a crack at it here. Probably build more boats. I really have found an enjoyment in that, especially this kind of scale. Maybe we'll do some docks by the lighthouse. Maybe we'll add some rocks to make the terrain a little more jagged like it is in the movie. It's very rocky. But yeah, this is the lighthouse. I hope you guys enjoyed that time lapse. Thank you so much for watching this episode. And I will see you guys in the next one as we work the dreaded villagers. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good one, everybody.